Great afternoon. Oh, it's been a day, I tell you. I know I was going to be on the YouTube today, but it wound up being a day where, getting a hold of hospital, finding out where I'm supposed to be, and then they had a whole list of things to tell me. They said, things I have to do. They said, eat before you come in. So you take your medicine, wash your hair, make sure it's really clean tonight. Be here at 5:30. Wear sweatpants, which I don't own sweatpants, so I had to go buy sweatpants today. They said because it's really cold in here. And then they were telling me, you're going to get an IV. They didn't tell me that before, so they're going to do the MRI with contrast. Now, I don't know if you've never had contrast before. What am I'm opening it. When they give you the contrast dye, it is my rock art. It is the cards. Oh, I'm so excited to get this one. When they give you the contrast, it kind of burns when it goes in. It's warm, and then you get this big flush. I feel like when it happens, I feel like I'm going to pass out for a few seconds, and then it subsides, and it's okay. But yeah, I'm not real thrilled with getting the contrast. So they said, you come in 5:30 in the morning. You've got to be here, and then you go to the. You don't go to the emergency. You go around to the right side of the building, and you'll see area B. There's an outpatient door. That's where you go in. Because the front of the hospital is closed, and you don't go in emergency. You go in there. And then you have to give them all your information for your Missy Moon, that is not a pee-pee pad. I'm going to have to take my Christmas tree thing out and wash it. She thinks it's a pee-pee pad. I get it's white. Okay, I get that, but it's not. So I'm going to have to take that out and wash it. So anyway, today they were going, they asked me all the information and stuff, and they go, well, you're approved for your Medicare. I go, no. They go, yeah, you have a copayment of X amount of dollars. I said, no. I said, I have VA. They pay everything. It's not supposed to be Medicare. Well, we don't have that. Maybe they approved it for your doctors, but we don't have it. So we're charging you by Medicare. So I had to spend the day getting hold of the VA and then finding the office in the VA that takes care of it. Then they had to call the doctor's office, and the doctor had to call the hospital. Go round robin to get it straightened out, but now it's straightened out. Thank goodness. So they told me, again, wear sweatpants and come in, eat first, take your medicine. They'll check you in, and I guess they come down to get me about 7:30. The nurse said he'd come down to get me about that time. He said they're going to give you shots, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. And then Dr. Hambadi will put the frame, attach it to your head with these pins. And then they will put in the IV. They'll take you, put the frame on, and then they put some sort of a cage-looking thing on, and you go in the MRI. And you're in the MRI for about 45 minutes while they take all these pictures again. You come out, you go in this room, you sit there and wait with this thing still on your head. While they look at the images and decide exactly how much radiation you need and exactly where it's going. So once they've computed all that, then the doctors will come in, they'll talk to Dr. Hambadi, and they'll tell him, this is what we've decided, how much radiation she needs. And the nurse said he thinks it'll probably be about 45 minutes for the actual radiation. So I imagine it takes quite a while, because I don't get out, he said, till about maybe 1 in the afternoon. So I think it takes quite a while for them to compute all this out, because the actual radiation thing, he said, is about 45 minutes. And then when they're done with that and they look at it and make sure everything looks good, then they take the frame off, and I go into recovery for an hour. They want to make sure that, I can stand, I can, function. And then I'm released to go back home. So they wanted to know who's driving you, who's picking you up, what is their phone number, who is your next of kin. I'm like, really? They wanted 2 people in case there's some problem, who do we call? If you need blood, do you want a transfusion? What? I'm not having that type of operation. Oh, really? So it was just a little crazy. A little crazy. So then I had to go to get sweatpants, and I got a sweatshirt thing that I can wear that's warm, but when I get there, they're going to make me sit there in a hospital gown, freezing my tuchus off all day in there. And it is so cold. I don't know whether any of you have been in the hospital having the MRI done. 45 minutes for that, and then 45 minutes for the other one. And you can't move a muscle, and it is freezing cold in those rooms. I don't do well with cold, so I just get so cold, my body's just shaking, They go, don't move. I said, I'm not moving. My body's shivering. I can't help it. I'm freezing. So anyway, tomorrow morning, Ronald's going to be out front at 4 a.m. And off I go. And I guess he'll hang around the area somewhere down there so that when I'm done, I can call and he'll swing by and pick me up and drag me back. Yeah. So that was my fun day today. I came in and Ron went and got me some lunch. I should have never had it. I had something from the Italian place, and the sauce is just too rich, and I just feel really, really sick for an hour and a half. Then I had to take these 2 out for a walk because they hadn't been out yet today for their walk. And just came back in. But the good news is I got my deck, and it is the deck of cards, Rock Art. So was really looking, and I got my deck actually through Amazon. I found a used deck on Amazon for a really good price. Somebody else wanted like $140, $130 for a deck. Yeah. But no, I got this for a good price. So I got the deck, and I also got the book. I ordered the book separately. And, there went some cards. So here's the book, Rock Art. You know, I love my petroglyph hat. So, anyway, I'll talk about this online. I'm going to close this out now. But I've got to go to bed here in just a little while. Although I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep, you know, so early in the day. But since I've got to get up really early in the morning, change all the potty pads, get them, make sure they got food, they've got treasures, they've got everything that the puppies need here. Yeah, it'll be busy. Oh, mercy. I'll just be glad when this is done. I was going to say, thing I hate most is getting those shots that numb the area because they sting. But for me, when they do an IV, I've got such small veins, they usually wind up putting it right here in the side of my arm. And that stings because it's just bone right under there. So, and then the knowing I've got that dye, it burns going in. So, yeah, not thrilled about that. Nobody told me about that, that they were going to do one with contrast. So, Krampus. And then today, my glasses fell and broke. So, it was an award-winning day today. I'm going to try to see if I can get some super glue and glue them, because trying to get glasses now is going to be probably not great, trying to repair them, get them replaced here with COVID and stuff. I don't know how it's doing with the glasses and stuff. Oh, mercy. So on that note, I'm going to close this out, and then I'll do a walkthrough, a flip through of the Rock Art Tarot. And we'll talk a little bit about this one that I'm excited to get. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you online.